blood-soaked ground, a devil's dream. Fire rains, the battle calls. Demons dance as heaven falls. Warriors wail, the damned ignite. Infernal's wrath, eternal night. Steel bites, the heavens quake. Flesh and bone, the earth will break. Ashes rain, the reapers feast. Darkness spreads, the crimson beast. Thunder cracks, the end draws near. Hope draws in the ocean of fear. Angels whip their wings in flame. Lost to the void, none remain. Fire rains, the battle calls. Demons dance as heaven falls. Choirs wail, the damned ignite. Infernal's wrath, eternal Echoes fade, the war is done. A blood-red sky, a blackened sun. Souls consumed, no path to light. Hail victorious, endless night.
Sup, fuckers? Hello. How are we doing? Look at the big face. Hello. Sup, fuckers? It is. Let's get some music going. Oh, we already have some music going. Thanks, Runescape. Thank you oh so much, Runescape. Let's turn that up a little bit. How are we doing today, everybody? Sup, fuckers? It is. What day is today? Thursday, September 18th. How are we doing today? Oh my goodness, the world is falling apart. The world is absolutely falling apart, but that's all right. We've got RuneScape Leagues to play, and what's even more excited, I've hit the affiliate status, which means I am now monetized. Thank you, by the way, to our first subscriber, Lamakite. Shout out to Lamakite, first subscriber ever. We're gonna remember that. We got it trapped up here in our steel noggin. But we are we are monetized now. We are excited about that. I say we as in the royal we. Aside from that, we are playing RuneScape. Who doesn't love a bit of RuneScape? We are doing questing because we have our tier 4 relic. I was playing a little bit yesterday and managed to get up to tier 4. Exciting times indeed. Tier 4 means that we have 8 times experience. I've been waiting this to try to do a lot of questing because this experience boost is extended towards quests rewards. So for example, this Monkey Madness quest I'm doing right now, if everything goes according to plan, we get a total of, I think, 200,000 experience for the total of the quest, and through getting it done with our multiplication, we will be getting, I believe, a total of 1.6 million experience. So we're going to be putting that towards hopefully strength and attack, as those are going to be our melee styles. I still haven't upgraded strength. I have a level 40 required lamp in the bank right now to save for that once I get that to level 40, but hopefully I'll be able to train that with the Monkey Madness quest being done. Right now we are on Ape Atoll. We already found the monkey dentures, so we're gonna keep on going with this. But oh my goodness me, monetization sure does feel great. What a good goal, what a good benchmark that's been passed. Crawl for the easternmost. So we have our clue connoisseur, which means we have a bunch of new teleports. We will get all kinds of new stuff available to us, including the Gate of Alendis, which is going to be instrumental for training our skills up. We also have the... Actually, we are also going to have... what else? All of our tool belt items, and that includes the Charming Imp, Bone Crusher, Herbicide, all of the good stuff. So now that we have that tier 4 boost to our experience, we are going to be... is it this one or is it the other one? We are going to be finishing up Monkey Madness as quickly as possible. Not that one. Absolutely as fast as possible. And we are going to crawl inside. I hope everyone's doing well today. Hope everyone's doing oh so well. I had a little bit of trouble streaming today since I made affiliate status. Everything decided to completely break. Everything got broken. Which way is it? It's north. It's the one next to the stalagmite, I believe. Is it this one over here? That one right there? Am I... Oh, found it. Yes, I do want to take one. Can I take more than one? Yes, I want to take one. I want to take multiple, in fact. Actually, let me go back upstairs and grab multiple dentures as well, because we're going to need those for another quest coming up. So yeah, Twitch was, or OBS I should say, was completely broken after I linked everything up. I tried to get my subscription alert set up now that I can have subscribers on the account. So that was breaking my brain. It's always my, oh wait, I have enough of those. It's always my least favorite thing dealing with OBS, because at the end of the day, despite my appearance and liberal-leaning opinions on things. That's an unknown number I don't recognize. How exciting. I do not understand technology. Discord is broken for me. Oh no, oh no. Damn it all. Oh well. Monkey Speed Amulet molds. I can come back and get more once I have the, whatchamacallit, teleport to Al-Kharid. I have our fairy mushroom. Do I have a map that can get me there quickly? Fairies fly to Al-Kharid. Oh yeah, there's nothing in Al-Kharid for us to get to. We need to get to what part of Al-Kharid? Alright, we'll just go to Al-Kharid. Oh, wait, no. Pull that back up. I didn't mean to get rid of that. Cactus patches. Al-Kharid, farming patch, cactus, 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 cactus patches. Yay! And off we go into the wide blue yonder. I wonder if that song's copyrighted. Well, with OBS being fixed, I finally hopped on stream. I think I'm only gonna have like 2 hours today. You know, a nice humble 2 hours. A nice humble 2 hour, a tight 2 hours. What the Demon Slayer movie link should have been. That's how long today's stream is going to be. So whatever. once I oh, I don't have any. I think I'll be all right. I don't have any water skins on me. Narda. Wait, can I make it yet? I'm gonna be so sad if I can't make it yet. I'm gonna be oh so sad if I can't make it yet. I don't talk to you, do I? Dee-da-dee-da-dee-da. Did I go to the wrong place? I think I just went to the wrong place. Farming patch. We'll just go back to the cactus. Cactus patches on Alcarid. Dalbar to Gnome Stronghold. I got the dentures, didn't I? Okay, I do have the dentures. Oh, I just need to go back to... Okay, that was dumb. That was dumb. That's all right. We are learning. We're getting used to our teleports still. I've never been a farming runner in RuneScape, so I'm still getting used to where to go for that. Where all the different placements are. There's just so many teleports. I have to keep track of those. All the ones from the Globetrotter armed guards that we just got. But between the Globetrotter and the mushroom, I feel very confident in not picking the assassin. Personally, I'm not going to be doing as much PVM as a lot of other people probably during throughout the course of leagues. Wait, yes. Oh fuck, I fucked it up. Yes, please take me back before you go. Hope everyone's doing well today. I don't know about you guys. I don't know about chat, but it is hot where I am. It is warm outside. I often hear the trope, it's not the heat, it's the humidity. Well, it's also just the fucking heat. The humidity doesn't help, but also the sun is a deadly laser. I don't know if you've heard, but it is, when the sun is just beaming down. I don't know what it is about the place that I live right now, but... Ooh, can I attack you? I'm not gonna deal with you right now. Can I? Can I? Can I? There's no way I can mess with you, right? 60 wood cutting, yeah. I'm not there yet. Down we go. And now we run. Now we run for forever. Luckily, we have our speed boosts. I only have 2 lobsters. I should be fine. I should be fine. Da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da. It's a lot faster than doing this the other day. I was just doing I was just doing the Monkey Madness quest on another account, and it took so long. Oops, wrong button. Please leave me alone. I'm just trying to get through your dungeon. But I just did this the other day on another account, and let me tell you, it is so much easier doing this little section here with all of my speed boosts that I have. Pursue. Assuming that they'll actually work. Oh. That's because I was misclicking. That's because I'm a bad gamer. That's the problem. Surely I don't die here. Surely I don't die here. Surely I don't die here, right? What an embarrassing way to go that would be. Whee! Whee! Alright, we're almost at the end over here. Ah, we'll be fine. No way we go out here. There's no way. I've been thinking about what position I would be if I was in the circus. For sure, a clown. I can't deal with the acrobats. I am not a fan of roller coasters. My tummy gets very upset, and I get vertigo very badly from them. So the idea of any kind of like trapeze or high wire act is actual nightmare fuel. Do you have any fears in the chat? Top fears would certainly be ocean. Get away from me, get away from me. Get away from me. I don't want to die here. I don't want to die here. Ocean would certainly be a top fear. The depths, what's down there? How deep does it go? Well, we mostly know how deep, but so much of it's unexplored. There's so many monsters down there. There's got to be monsters. All right, we finally get to Zooknook. Hopefully we don't die. What's left of us? Use the gold bar. Once we use the gold bar, we will use the monkey dentures. La-di-da-di-da-di-da. What a lot of dialogue. I used to go through these quests and actually read everything, and then I couldn't do that anymore. And then I just stopped one day. We need that. Back later. Use you. Use you. And use you. Well done. Place of religious significance. Enchanted bar. Cool, cool, cool. And now we don't get new. If you use the monkey bones on him here, you don't need to get new ones when turning in the talisman. Keep the monkey spoke amulet. Otherwise, you do not receive the enchanted bar in your mold back. Okay. After that, we go back to Apatol, which means we are simply going to go back to Tree Gnome Village so that we can heal up. So that we don't actually die out here. So that we don't die today. Other circus positions. Animal Tamer. I often tell people I'm a druid. I've always been a very big fan of animals. Love animals, in fact. And let's go to the bank. I think I'd be a decent animal tamer, but the problem is that I would have to deal with, you know, scary animals like lions. So apparently the way that you actually train or deal with like being an animal tamer with like lions is it's all about obviously intimidation, but it's all about who's in the area first. It's a matter of dominance, and specifically whenever lions enter into the cage or arena that they're typically in, the animal tamer will already be in there. Alternatively, if the lion was to be in there first and somebody were to be entering their zone of control that they seem as their territory, then it's a very different very different experience that typically happens. More likelihood or a higher likelihood of maulings. But at the end of the day, like the mistreatment behind those poor animals, I think that would just keep me from ever wanting to do that. All right, we're all healed up. Let's grab a little bit of food, which I definitely have some of, surely. Raw. I don't really want to take cake. Don't I have... Yeah, we'll just take some salmon. That'll be fine. We can go buy some food. I don't think I need to buy food, actually. We'll be fine. Why is my run off? Why is my run off? I have eternal run energy turned on. Thank you. My goodness, me oh my. But yeah, the conditions of those animals, I just don't think I would have the heart in me to hang out with them like that. Escape prison. Run to the temple. All right, we can do that. We can do that. An animal tamer would be heartbreaking. Oh yeah, never do like the touristy like horse attractions. Those are super cool businesses. Yes, please. Bum bum. I'm just now seeing that I've got some new goals that I've set on Twitch, including 50 followers, including what is it? 10 subs. 10 subs. I'm a sub. I mean, does that count? I don't think that actually does count. If I were a betting they, I would assume that that does not count. Working our way through the woods. Alright, we gotta go over this way. Hello, can you put me in jail, please? I have one more anti-poison. Can I? Thank you. I'd rather not just keep taking damage and just go to jail already, actually. Oh, can I get past? Can I get past? No, wait, no, wait, no, wait. Oh, no. Damn it. I just missed the cycle. Hate to see it. Hate to see it happen, but sometimes it do be happening. I always forget that it will keep trying on this door. This is the vision that Republicans have for us liberals and leftists out there. Come on, move along. This being Joe Rogan, the great gorilla. La-di-da-di-da, run, get away. Thank you for not hurting me. Now where do we go? Now we go to the temple. Use the enchanted bar on the pillar of fire. And east into the temple. Take the southern ladder up, eastern ladder down, trapdoor down to the dungeon. Southern ladder up. Southern ladder in the eastern temple. Alright, let's give it a try. There we go, southern ladder. And then we go. And then we go. No, leave me alone. The eastern ladder down. Alright, that one over there. Pardon me. Wee! Mobility! We love mobility! Oh god, oh god! Now we go to the pillar of fire. Through the exit down here. Leave me alone, zombie monkeys. I'll see you later. For another quest, I squeeze through the gap. Can I? Fuck. I misclicked. Oh god. Oh god, I fucked it all. Oh god, what have I done? It's a good thing I did bring food. Am I not? How do you get past this? That's not the pillar of fire. That's what I'm doing wrong. Again, I just did this quest series the other day, so I'm messing it all up. You there, you there. What do you mean I don't have the suitable? I don't have the suitable smithing. Alright, what's going on now? Ball of wool, monkey corpse, and monkey bones, and 5 bananas. Oh, I don't have the bananas. That's the problem. Silly me. Go to the banana garden west of the prison. Wait, no, I don't need that. Use an enchanted bar on a pillar of fire. Well, fuck. Now I misclicked and buried my monkey bones. It's all falling apart now. And the amulet. And use the amulet on a ball of wool. Use the monkey dentures. Use the monkey bones. Make sure you finish the dialogue, otherwise you not receive the enchanted bar and your wool back. I got those. All right. Let's figure out what the issue is over here. We have our enchanted bar. We don't have the mold back. Is that the issue? That is the issue. Well, gosh, darn it all. All right, then. That's annoying, but we can fix that. We can fix that. All right, let's go. No, farming patch teleport. Let's go to the tree on Karamja. Because we need to find a monkey now. There's a monkey. That's done. And now we can go to the bank. Yeah, I don't have the mold. That must be what the issue is. Now we can go to the bank using our mushroom. Go to the spirit tree. To peak music. Good music. Now we go back over here. And we do all this correctly this time. We go to the bank. We grab one of our molds that we got because we got multiple, like a smart bean. I might fuck up sometimes, but I plan ahead for those fuck ups. I know that I'm going to do it. That's why we get multiple Monkey Speak Amulet molds. All right, we have the enchanted bar. Go, oh, too far. All right, go back up here. I don't know if we have any Leagues players in the chat right now, but if we do, I hope you've been enjoying your Leagues. It's been an absolutely incredible time for me. I don't think I've had this much fun playing RuneScape since I was 11 years old. Absolutely incredible time. The problem is, I'm so sad knowing that it's going to go away. But you know, that's one of the things that is part of life. That was one of the things I liked learning about in theater. Was the end of every show when it was done. You know, you strike it all down, you tear it down. Now we go back over and we get arrested again. We roll into that tree because we think it would be funny. And as I often tell people, I love when a thing knows that it needs to end. Hello, how it go? Hello, Pluminx, how are you today? I'm doing great. I've reached a big goal today. I've gotten monetized. I hit affiliate status, so we're excited. We're living large, doing the best things. But it's been 2 months of streaming of work, so it's a nice little achievement to make today. Aside from that, we're just playing our RuneScape leagues, getting the best amount of time spent as we can into it. How are you doing today? You staying safe out there? You enjoying all the little things in life? Is it hot where you are? It's hot where I am today. But we're doing good. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. You got to take the small victories, you know. And considering everything's as fucked up as it is right now, if we take wins where we can get them. We do what we can. I hope you're having a good day, though. Hope you're being safe. I woke up this morning and walked outside to find completely armed. They were like tan police badged. Bulletproof vests, but they were in like full camo military gear, driving around in a golf cart. I don't know if they were like trying to collect somebody or if they were just doing like sweeps of the community, but not my favorite way to start the morning. Doing good, been working on music. Doing best not stress. That's fair. Like I said, you gotta find what you can to enjoy what you can. It's hard out here. They're coming after people for free speech. You see that they canceled or they're canceling Jimmy Fallon. Or taking Jimmy Fallon off the air. That's super cool, right? No issue there. Insane, honestly. That's the reality. Yeah, no, it's upsetting, but unfortunately, it's true whether we want to admit it or not. Luckily, I don't know what the luckily is. Luckily, we have creative outlets. You know, when that's one of the things about fascism is fascism does not make good art. There's not good art that comes from fascism. You know, they don't make good music. They don't make good buildings. Like, it's just fascist architecture. Like, ooh, ooh, what a great, ooh, how nice. You know what I mean? I think working on personal projects, creative outlets, and helping your community, making your community better is the best any of us can do. What are we doing next? We go to the banana farm now that we have our speak amulet. Actually, we can. We have our monkey speak amulet. You can see they're trying with those pillars too. Yeah, the sexual imagery is hilarious. Again, the like, I mean, I was just watching. I just had Shrek on the other night. Like the, I think he's compensating for something. Like, we've been hearing these jokes since we were, at least I've been hearing these jokes since I was a spry young lass. The idea that they make good stuff is silly. Absolutely bonkers. Boop, 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 boop. I need 5 bananas and to talk to the monkey child. Oh wait, I'm not wearing the amulet. Hello, monkey child. Oh, I need to be a monkey before I... Nope, not that way. Alright, we have our bananas. The monkey's ant to leave. Quickly go into the garden. Do I just talk to him again? Nope, nope, nope. Not with the ant there. Nope, damn it. Run away, run away. We'll run away for a second. I think he's compensating for something. Losing interest in warfare and now trying to fill that time by trying to be a bit more productive and make something instead. That's fair. Warframe? Warframe. Warframe. FPS? I have not played any Warframe. I've been out of FPSs for a long time. I just started getting back in, or I just started playing Black Ops 2 again on the, because we brought out our Xbox. And aside from that, I recently started playing MMO Robot Ninjas in Space. Hell yeah. Hell yes. I just started playing Apex because my partner enjoys playing, and that's been a journey. But I felt myself catching the fever, taking me back to my high school Gooner Call of Duty days. Monkey's aunt is still outside. We gotta wait for the monkey's aunt to leave. Yeah, we do just talk to the monkey child again. Do you enjoy playing? You said you lost interest. Was that just due to getting past the the hyperfixation? Oh, not the banana tree. Where's the baby monkey? What option do I say to him? 2. Um, there's some banana. Oh, not again. Oh man. Yeah, pretty much I love playing some Warframe, but eventually it gets dull again, so I just thought, yeah, that's fair. I mean, I feel like in the same way that's important to like take breaks from creative things. You know, when the creative juices aren't flowing, you don't need to force it. You don't need to force a game if you aren't enjoying it. That only leads to the disenjoyment of the game, in my experience. That's usually the reason. Oh, nope. Of course, that's the moment that I. Of course, that's the moment I get out of jail, as soon as he starts walking outside. But that's usually my experience, and when I when I really stop enjoying something for a long time, is when I try to force myself. Like that's usually what happens with RuneScape. Is I'll get so hung up in like the daily tasks that I have to complete. I'm gonna kill myself in a video game. Just in a video game. Yeah, I get caught up in like I have to complete all these daily tasks every single day. Otherwise, I'm not being efficient, and then it gets to be a job, and then I lose enjoyment in it. This is insane. Insane timing. Get me out of this hell. Get me out of this prison. Okay, now we go back and talk to the monkey boy again. After the monkey ant leaves. Get out of here, monkey ant. But yeah, burnout's such a problem. Burnout's so easy to have happen as well. It happens so quickly sometimes. All right, we got our talisman. Nope, not that way. Not that way. I said not that way. Well, I guess we're committed to going this way. All right, now we have our talisman. Oh, we can go ahead and get another one for the... Nah, fuck it, we'll do it later. Take your monkey bones and monkey talisman again back to him. All right. Monkey bones, we have our monkey talisman. But yeah, burnout can happen so easily between, Oh, I have to go back out, don't I? That's so annoying. Between burnout from jobs being a potential, between burnout from, again, creative outlets, between burnout from, not even creative outlets, but just hobbies to do in your free time, time wasters. The biggest thing I try to do is try to make sure I just don't get too locked up in just scrolling. I've never actually implemented the time limits myself on my on the smartphone, but the urge to just scroll endlessly is so great. The less time sink I have doing that, I think, is the better for me. Ozzy, you're not out of water, are you? Yes, let's go back to Crash Island. Back to Crash Island. And then we run all the way through the tunnel again. Nope. Talk to... Lumbo. Back to the tunnel. Secret tunnel. I was thinking the other day, speaking of Shrek and fascism and architecture, about the shows that we grew up with that taught us empathy and care and, you know, like, I don't know, communist themes. And there's just so many. The way scrolling through content can eat your time without noticing is scary. Oh yeah. Have you ever had the moment where you go back and look at the weekly averages and been horrified at, oh, what do you mean I spent 15 hours on Instagram? That's never a good feeling. At least it didn't make me feel good. But yeah, it happened so quick, and it's hard to blame the people that you know, it's hard to blame ourselves for it, because our brains have now been hardwired to specifically crave exactly that. I talk about the linkage between like playing Pokemon growing up and like the need for serotonin every like 12 seconds every time you accomplish every little task you do. That's probably a reason why I like RuneScape so much, is every time you do a skill, you see the experience boost. You know, games like that I think are similar in a lot of ways to each other. But again, our brains have been hardwired in a lot of ways through just, I would call it just consumption. Whether that be entertainment consumption, whether that be through food, but we like stuff. The more stuff, the better. It's crow brain. It's crow brain. The more shiny objects, the better, right? We will not die in here. We will not die. Alright, we're fine. Isaac Nuke. We need... Okay, now very carefully, we're not going to bury these monkey bones. We're going to use these monkey bones on you. Excellent. And now we're going to use this on you. All right. Hi, Oz. Ozzy's down here. Ozzy got a new cheese. Ozzy loves his cheese. Can I see your cheese? Oh, it's so wet and slimy. This is his cheese. It's made with milk's lime juice and salt, but it's a chewing alternative to like rawhide or anything, or bones. But it's really good for dogs' teeth. Really good for cleaning their teeth. One of our favorites, though. Yeah, you want your cheese back? It's almost gone. You've eaten like half of it. Take a break. Take a break, buddy. Take a break. One backpack space, anti-poison food. Cool. Watch the cutscene. And then get we have our monkey Gree, and now we can go during the section. Do not teleport while you're carrying the monkey. Wait a second. Return to Garkor by the King's Palace as a monkey and speak to him. Alright, so we are going to teleport back to the spirit tree. Teleport back to the spirit tree. Run on over to the bank real quick so we can heal on up. Ozzy, you like healing, don't you? remember being asked the question at interview conference. It was a job conference for theater. They asked the question, ninja or pirate, and at the time I answered ninja. But now that I've watched One Piece, now that I'm a fan of One Piece, you know, thinking back on that, I think my answer would be very different, because One Piece is sick. Because One Piece is fucking awesome. You know, that being said, though, being a pirate in One Piece is not that great of a time. To be fair. Raw lobster. Yeah, we can cook these lobsters real quick. Surely there's a range somewhere in Trino Village. Oh, but yeah, I was thinking about media that influenced us as a child, or when I was a child, but when we were children, when people were younger, and I think about like Shrek, you know, teaching about like not to other people, not to dehumanize people just because somebody's different or a freak isn't a bad thing or something that they should be shamed for. Thinking about like SpongeBob, which taught about like everything but tolerance, how you should be treated in the workplace, what good relationships can look like. I mean, we have a non-femme presenting, or a non-femme, traditional femme anyway, a squirrel as like one of the lead characters that doesn't have a like love interest with anybody on in the party. I call that a plus. Range. Yeah, Ozzy? SpongeBob was a big one. SpongeBob was a really good one. Range. Guide, furnace, fired up beacon, cooking range, thank you. Cooking range? There's no cooking range here? I'm gonna shit myself. We can teleport to Ardoon real quick. Ardoon. You're starting from the Wano arc. Actually reading One Piece again, trying to get caught up. That's the best thing I can recommend, is getting caught up with One Piece. How did you watch it, or did you read any of it at point growing up and getting back into it? Because like what I initially did when I first started, because I watched up to like through Skypiea as a child, and so I just skipped it until like a little bit after that, as much into like Annie's Lobby and Water 7 as I could, and then I got back into it a little bit later. It was a whole journey because it's so long, but I of course the door is locked there. Let's just go to Lumbridge. Starting for the Wano arc, I recommend reading everything, but of course, you know, you can always go back and catch back up with everything once you get through it. But the journey along the way is just, it's so peak. It's so wonderful. And like, as the further we go into the story, like literally 2 chapters ago, there was a cover panel that completely changed an entire character's history. Not by saying anything about that character. It was something. It was an object in reference to that character being seen on the cover. Not even like somebody saying like, "Hey, look at this thing." It was just seen on the cover of this, and because of just background history and the web that Oda has created, suddenly we were able to piece together all these different aspects of this one character. And now now all of a sudden people have, you know, head canons, head theories about what this means, and now this character is quickly becoming much more, I'm not necessarily going to say like beloved or cared for, but like the context around them changed so drastically. And it wasn't even through like something officially in the story, like in the narrative in between. It was simply just a side album cover. I watched E-Bits and Pieces when I was a kid, and then got really into anime as a teen. Watched One Piece and all the major anything I can get my hands on. Up to date on One Piece for a bit. Fell off mid-Wano. That is so fair. Falling off mid-Wano is so relatable. It's so long. It's so long. Reading it is probably my favorite way to consume it at this point. I absolutely love the anime, but the manga not having to deal with the filler, not having to deal with the additional Sanji shit that they add in there. My favorite character is Sanji out of the Straw Hats, and I often get annoyed with the fact that Toei adds in animation scenes for Sanji that specifically aren't in the manga but make him look bad. Like half of the, like I would say probably 60% of the nosebleeds that we see in the anime at least aren't canon. They just happen. I'm reading the manga, yeah. Yeah, it's I think the preferred way to go about it. Yeah, no, it's insane, the slander. So like there's one specific moment that you'll know it when you see it. But there's one specific moment where they are presenting Zoro and Sanji together, and in the manga they say, "All right, here's our stars," and Zoro and Sanji are together. And in the anime, Sanji is already there, and they say, "Here's the star," and then Zoro shows up. It's like, this seems different. This seems slightly off. What happened here? Like there's, I don't want to say a riot or anything against Sanji. However, they do him dirty a lot of the time. Whereas Zoro, every scene that they add for Zoro is simply just aura farming. And I say this as a huge Zoro fan. I love Zoro. Zoro is he's in my top. So top characters. My three favorites are Sanji, Yamato, and Katakuri. But out of the Straw Hats, it's Sanji, Nami, and Zoro. They're just incredible. Luffy's on his own tier above everybody. I don't loop Luffy in with favorite characters because like I feel like if you're partaking in One Piece, Luffy's probably just your favorite character to begin with. I'm sure there's a lot of people that disagree with me on that, but also the Luffy slander from the community. Oh my goodness, it's wild. People have such a hatred for Luffy, and it's so annoying. People are always gonna have hatred or whatnot, though. But yeah, good luck getting through Wano. It's incredible. I tell everybody, you know, watching One Piece, getting to the top of the mountain is quite the journey. But once you get there, the view is incredible. My best friend is watching it right now. They just got to Wano. And they I think are on like episode like 905 or something like that. But they're watching it right now. They've been watching all of it, and they've gotten up to that point in 6 months, I think it is. So God bless their soul. God bless them, because 6 months is quite an incredible time to take in up to Wano without skipping anything, not skipping filler. Like, but they are in Wano now, and through the journey, I've been telling them like, all right, here are the episodes we're going to be watching together, and I've already told them, all right, so you have to, by the time you're coming to visit in October, you have to be done, or you have to be up to episode 1050, because at that point we need to watch like 30 episodes together. Luckily, it's all panning out and looks like it's going to work out, but again, the view at the top is just life-changing. And I say that genuinely. Like I've never had a piece of media shape my life in the way that One Piece has, but man, it's soul-consuming. Sorry, I'll get off my soapbox. My sister's starting the series blind from the beginning. I'm trying to convince her to read it instead of watching. I always just say, or try to tell people, like, it's so much shorter if you read it. And I think also people don't give reading enough of an effort these days. And also, like, reading it, most of it's pictures anyway. But that's the best defense that I've come up for reading it, is like, listen, as opposed to having to like sit down and like commit to watching something, this is like something that, like, if you ride the bus to work, you can intake it some then. If you have an hour and you want to lay down in bed instead of watching TV, you can read some One Piece, like there's opportunities, but good luck with that fight. There's also the remake coming out That'll probably be as far as I'm aware. The remake is probably going to be the next big push into trying to make sure that they get everybody back into the series as they get up towards the end of the entirety of it, because they want to have as big of an audience as possible. And so I think the big three pieces of that was or the big pieces of that was going to be the live action series happening, trying to bring in a wider audience into the anime field as a whole. And I think the remaking of the One Piece as saying like, okay, for those that we caught interest with a live action, here's your opportunity to watch the series as retold in a new way that's more traditional, more indicative of what the intention was. Along with that, the remake is also going to need permission from Krook. Do not go to Krook yet. During this section, do not teleport. We are carrying the monkey. Enter the Ardoon Zoo and equip your Gree. All right, so now we go back to Ardoon. Can we do this or in monkey form? I sure would like to. Oh, thank goodness. But it's going to be so much shorter. So like East Blue, the original, which, you know, is in 4:3 aspect ratio, so it doesn't fit the TVs anymore. 4:3 aspect ratio. The pacing is terrible. It's got really nostalgic vibes, the early parts of One Piece, but if you aren't already like primed for anime, it's really hard to watch, and I'm all too understanding of that. But the remake, the change from going from like East Blue being, I think it's 67 episodes, or 60 episodes, going from 60 episodes to instead now it's going to be, I think, around 30. Huge change. Wano, as I understand it, which is currently, as I'm sure you're aware, about 250-ish episodes, 200 episodes, somewhere in that spread. Wano, I think, is going to be cut down to around like 75 episodes, if memory serves. Like, they are going bonkers with what they're cutting out, and I'm all too excited about that. You also don't have to deal with the same amount of filler. You don't have to deal with like changes for like the same level of changes for censorship purposes with the remake. So I think that is going to be the big push for the cutting out the filler is going to be. Hang on, let's look up the One Piece episode comparison. All right, so East Blue Saga is going to be 25 episodes. Alabasta, which I believe is from episodes, so it's from 61 until I think it's episode 140-ish. That's going to be, so that's what, 80 to 100 episodes of Alabasta is going to be done in 30. Skypiea is going to be done in 21 as opposed to like 70. Water 7 is 33 as opposed, which that includes Water 7 and Enies Lobby, is going to be 33 as opposed to, I think those two are about 110 episodes. Thriller Bark 12 as opposed to about 60 something. Summer War Saga is going to be 28 as opposed to, I think, 112. Like, absolute. Fishman Island Saga, which they've already remade this and they've already cut out the filler from Fishman Island, because this was what we were getting during the 6-month break of the anime, was we were getting Fishman Island Saga content because they reanimated it, which essentially meant they made things look a little bit prettier. They updated the line work to like the modern day anime and changed out some of the color ratios of things, and through that practice, they were able to cut down the like 50 episodes down to about like 25 episodes. So they're going to then take that a further 12 episodes further down to 13. Dressrosa is 26 as opposed to, I think, 130. Like, it's 20 episodes of whole cake. 38 for Wano. 38 for Wano? 38 for Wano? What do you mean 38 for Wano? Like, I don't know what this show looks like all in all, but there's no way it's not beautiful. Because I just watched the One Piece Demon Slayer movie, and let me tell you, them stretching that into a 2.5 hour movie was incredibly painful. The amount of filler that they introduced, not the amount of flashbacks that they slightly retold from a slightly askew or different perspective in order to up that runtime. And there were really, really pretty things about that. But I was talking to, again, my best friend about it, and like we we came up to the agreement of it could have been a tight like 140. It could have been a much shorter movie, and I think it would have been all the better for it. But the pieces that were there were absolutely gold. And so I'm looking at this episode count of 38 compared to, again, like 220 something episodes. And all I can think is during that 38 episodes is it's going to be nothing but fucking gold the entire time. Like, can you imagine a show, an animated show, an animated series in which you don't have the things that they joke about in Invincible? Like sometimes to save on animation, we'll show the back of someone's head, and we'll continue talking. That way, we don't have to animate their mouth moving. Or sometimes, instead of animating anything, we'll have a big spread of people, and we'll just slowly pan across it. Or all these different options. Hello, welcome in. It's my #1 subscriber. I say #1 literally and specifically. Llama Kite, you're #1. Shout out Llama Kite. Thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping. Woo woo. We were just talking about the One Piece remake, but like, can you imagine an anime in which you don't have all of the tricks that they use to extend the runtime? Like, one of the most impactful episodes of One Piece is a chapter that specifically only has about 14 pages. The slow pan across a field of many people is the bane of my existence. Absolutely. Or, you know, again, the what is the other one? Keeping people's heads out of view as people are talking or having a conversation to each other, so you don't have to animate their faces or their reactions or anything along those lines. Like all these different things that they use in the industry to like extend that runtime using flashbacks. Of course, flashbacks are the bane of my existence. Oh my goodness, do I hate flashbacks sometimes. Like, I think a well-placed flashback is absolutely key and crucial. But if you're in a show like One Piece, where each episode only has like, you know, a 22-minute time in which 6 of those minutes are dedicated to intro and outro, and 2 of those minutes are dedicated to the ad breaks and the intermissions, then you're left with like 12 minutes of content. And when 3 of those minutes are flashback, or when 6 of those minutes are flashbacks, I feel sick in my tummy. It makes me want to throw up. It makes me want to cry. But again, I think about 38 episodes condensed down from compared to the 220 that Wano actually is right now, and I can't imagine anything but beauty. Egghead, which is already, I think, on the verge of 60 episodes condensed down to 20. Again, like, these numbers are just insane. Dressrosa 26. Oh my god. But it'll take approximately 5.3 years to complete the One Piece if they follow a weekly schedule. If they cover total 1,110 chapters, which we're already past that in terms of chapters. Now, chapter-wise, we just had 1160, which I still haven't covered. I still haven't done that live reaction to, so I'll be doing that maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Speak to the monkey minder. Monkey minder. There we go. Speak to an unattackable monkey. Attack, attack, attack. Attack, talk to monkey. Unequip and then speak to the monkey minder again. I can do that. But yeah, I went and saw the Demon Slayer movie. Really good movie. I enjoyed the movie. However, complaints that I had about the movie. It was so long. And specifically, after they took me to my physical climax in terms of watching the content, they then uppercut me with an hour-long flashback that I unfortunately did not care about. While I highly recommend seeing the movie, and while I think it was wonderful and beautiful, it was quite the journey to get through towards the end. Really good movie, though. Really pretty. There were a lot of really cool artistic things, a lot of really cool tracking shots, a lot of really cool... the CGI is always something that I've been a little bit iffy on. I didn't think this movie specifically had the best implementation of CGI. Run to the Grand Tree. Talk to Dairo. You're hungry? Okay, well, I'm sorry you're hungry. That sucks. We have to go to the Grand Tree. And we cannot teleport there. We can go through there and then over, yeah. Yeah, there was, I've mentioned it a couple of times to various people, but there is a really good moment where there was a more calm, more not translucent, more at ease, at peace sort of fighting style being used, and they had this beautiful crescendoing piano playing, while at the same time there was also a more destructive, more, all right, fuck off him, a more destructive, more enforceful power style being used, and they were matching up the crescendoing piano with a chaotic and dysfunctional percussion beat. That was a really, really good combo that really went well, and that was probably one of the most, I would put that in like my top 10 animation scenes that I've seen, between the music, between the choreography, between the camera work. It was phenomenal. But then they uppercut me with an hour-long flashback. So, you know, you take what you can, but you take what you can. We are coming to the end of the what? Okay. We are coming to the end of Monkey Madness, which will be quite a big relief. This is one of the longer quests in the game, one of my least favorite to do. But we're getting it done, all for the sake of League. Again, the power-ups that come in this League are just incredible. Monkey D. Luffy. Isashiburi dana, Mugiwara. I love Crocodile. I was just talking yesterday to, again, my best friend, but talking yesterday to them about the characters in One Piece. Specifically, they were saying, you know, Kevin, a long time ago, I remember saying that I specifically hate this person. And you looked at me and you said, for now. I didn't quite know what you meant at the time until I got here. And now I realize I love that character. Everything I thought I knew about them was wrong. And it turns out they're incredible. And I said, and you don't even know their backstory yet. and you don't know a thing about them. You know what I mean? Like, oh, just does such a good job. Equip the Gree. Like, I think my problem with Demon Slayer is I like a lot of the themes that you get from Demon Slayer, but it seems to me that what happens is Demon Slayer feels very liberal. And what I mean by that is in every aspect of this series you have characters that are met with demons. These demons, at least everyone that we've been introduced to, aside from maybe two of them, which are probably the most interesting to me, seem to be victims of capitalism, and seem to be simply just those who were denied opportunity, those who were denied material conditions in order to survive, and so therefore were victimized or put into a place of crime, put into a place of disadvantageous conditions. And through this, they're met with a powerful force who tells them, I can take you and I can lead you to the light of day. And I can empower you and make you feel a way different than you do. And it feels like very much, like what we see what we see these days of people in West Virginia who don't have anything going on in their life, whose children never talk to them because of their viewpoints, who hear Trump and say, oh, you're offering me a solution and you're a god king that I can follow? Okay, that's pretty cool. I like the sound of this. And so through this, they you have a bunch of people that follow willingly. Where is I going with this? I had a point. What was I talking about? I got distracted thinking about monkeys. Oh, liberal demon slayer. And so you have all these evil people. And yet every step of the way, again, they're just victims of capitalism. You have somebody who's subjected to a life of sex slavery. You have somebody who is subjected to lack of medical care, somebody who was forced to, or somebody who fell victim to the uses of propaganda and were marginalized because of that. And through this, at the end of the day, the villains that we face don't actually have any autonomy. They lack the muster to actually control their actions on their own. They have the way to go about it. But at the end of the day, the villains that we're seeing that are being killed are victims. And so through Tanjiro, we see a belief that we should treat them with respect and that we should care about them. But at the same time, Tanjiro also does that to everybody. And this idea of we need to care for everybody, like, no, we don't need to care for everybody. At the end of the day, we don't need to care for Hitler. Like, I feel the same way about, like, My Hero Academia and about, like, spoilers here, but, like, Deku dealing with Shigaraki and his, like, refusal to, like, deal with the problem because, like, he believes that he's a victim. Like, I believe that Hitler was a victim of plenty of things, but at the end of the day, like, people need to... sometimes people are just a problem, you know what I mean? Like, there's not helping or saving some people. Some people don't need to have that arm of, let's talk no jutsu our way out of this, you know? Like, like, very, like, Naruto. And I think that's why I like One Piece, is because at the end of the day, what Luffy does is he completely shatters their dreams. He takes away their... authority. He takes away the power that they instill in people, but beyond that, he also lifts the people up that have been victimized by these people to also care for themselves. And we see this through, like, the Doflamingo family with, like, Baby Five. You know, Baby Five was a victim and was a person that could be brought back to the light, but by the same metric, Doflamingo isn't. He's a fucking psychopath, sociopath. Like oh, goodness. So what do we do with Doflamingo? Luffy Gomu Gomu no hymns into the fucking center of the earth. What do we do with Baby Five? We say, hey, we can fix this. We can help you. We can solve these problems. What do we do with the West Virginian Trump supporters? Well, we increase their material conditions. We make sure that they have affordable health care. We make sure that they have free health care, actually, is the better solution. But what are we offered in response by them is death. is death camps. Let me finish this quest. Inside the throne room, speak to Ugawe. Oh wait, now I need to speak to Kruk. Head west from the grate, walk up and around the hill, cross the bridge, end up on the other side of the hill. How annoying. Kruk, are you over here? Kruk, where are you? I do like anime, though. I personally have always gotten a lot more, I've always had a lot more interest in something being able to make me feel a thing if it's been animated as opposed to real people. I feel like it's more easy to empathize with real people, so if you're able to make me empathize with, you know, shapes and colors on a screen, then all the better for it. Head west from the Great. Walk. Oh, head west. North, south, east, west. That's the problem. That's the problem here. That's the problem here. Oh, I can't do that right now because I'm a monkey. Because I'm a monkey. I'm just a little monkey. And then we go. Croc, where are you? Are you over there? I don't see you over there. Head west from the gate, walk round and up the hill, then cross the bridge to the other side of the hill. Walk west, north, south, east, west, right? I'm not crazy, right? I went west. Where are you? Oh. I have to go to that side. There he is. Okay, now I know where I'm going. Don't worry, everybody. Now I know where I'm going, which means I'm unstoppable. You can't stop them. Ba-dum-bum. But yeah, we help our West Virginian victims. We don't extend the olive branch to the people that are victimizing the West Virginians that follow them. I got to be careful. That's, you know, conservative Republicans call that hate speech now. I'll get fired from my job if I had one. Oh man. Oh me, oh my. Speak to him again to give him the rescued monkey. Talk to Garkor. This will trigger a cutscene. Can I leave? I just want to go. Can I leave, please? How dare you see that people should get free health care? Wait, are you a communist? Yes. Actually, yes. I don't really care about sticking to the designation of communist. For ease of access, I just tell people yes, but like whenever I tell people, or whenever people tell me that they're like a democratic socialist, my thought is always like, okay, well, what's the end goal of being a democratic socialist? Like, if your goal is to get the working condition or getting the means of production to the working class, then once the working class has the means of production, then like we make communism happen. Yeah, the amount of Red Scare in this country is always just so funny to me. There's just so much Red Scare. Like, you can't talk to anybody over the age of 40 and say 50 over the age of, and say communism without a little bit of like flutter in their taint. Right click when you're ready to kill Jungle Demon. Am I ready to kill the Jungle Demon? Am I ready to kill the Jungle Demon? I think I can kill the Jungle Demon. Oh, it's only level 70? I'll be fine. I'll be A-okay. All right. Teleport. The number of times I've said communism to somebody and their response is, so you think everybody should get a Ferrari? Nope, didn't say that. Didn't say that. Crazy. I don't think you actually know what this theory is. Oops. I should probably equip my wand. recharge. Oh no. I came in here half cocked. I remember there was a show that I did when I was in high school because I was a theater kid, a theater major. It's called All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten. And what that show taught me was that truly everything I needed to learn in my life, I did learn in kindergarten. And then I think about the fact that it's the boomers that complain about the way that I am that made the rules that taught me who I am. You know, the idea that we want to teach kids empathy, and then once they actually portray that empathy, we need to punish them for it. But I don't know what school is like these days. I know kids aren't going to have Sesame Street. Because, you know, PBS, that's communist. Which, to be fair, it is a social program, but... No, the funny part is that one of the main jobs that you find in conservative Republican spheres is always going to be law enforcement, is always going to be military service. And what do you find in both of those employment fields? Heavy social programs. Again, I've mentioned it before, but the right does not have the political right, the MAGA. They don't have any moral foundations or any kind of consistency to their logic or standards by any means. I lost my Gree. Oh wait, no, I'm a monkey right now. I have it in my hand. I already got another set of monkey dentures. Let me go grab a couple, because I think I need to grab 3 or so. And with this, we will have monkey madness completed. You? All right, 3, and I think I need 4 in all. We will have monkeys. Oh, we've got monkeys, all right. Yeah, I've got this item called a Gree that turns your character into a monkey. There's another quest later that I was grabbing monkey dentures for, because I'm going to have to make, I think, 4 more Grees that allow me to transform into a different species of monkey, a zombie monkey, a gorilla, and then a ranged ninja archer monkey. So collecting up now to make life easier later. This is why we like game knowledge, you know? We love game knowledge. It'll get you far in life. Specifically, when this game started, Catalyst, this specific game mode has tasks that you complete. As you complete more tasks, you get more power-ups, and this is only going on until September. But the starting, the starting task list that I had that I was working through, Reddit, was pastebin this. So you go through, and each one of these is either completing a task or picking something up for a later task, or picking something up for a quest that is needed later. And it was very long to get through, and this only took me through about 8 hours of gameplay. So we've been making a good bit of stuff up since then, but game knowledge gets you far. Being able to know exactly, like, okay, well, if I go by this house at this time, then I'll be able to pick up, you know, this banana that I need for this one quest in 40 steps from now, once we are completing this section of this town. Very, very exciting stuff. Works great if you have ADHD brain. If you like getting a lot of tasks done really quickly, wonderful content. Wonderful game to play. And this should be us finishing up the Monkey Madness quest. Huge stack of diamonds. And there we are. Monkey Madness complete. 3 cut diamonds. I don't really need those, but it'll be fine. Dragon Scimitar. Can now access the Dragon Scimitar. Go to the Apatol Agility course. And now I need to go to... Who is it? By speaking to King Nardode and Dairo after the quest. I go to Dairo. And this is what we're really excited for. This is where all I've been doing the past 4 days comes to a nice, neat little head, presuming this works correctly. Is now with the current tier relic, because of the tasks that I have completed, I have an 8 times experience multiplier. So every tier you get, there's an opportunity to increase 4 to 6 to 6 in tier 3. I specifically yesterday got to tier 4 so I could get the 8 times experience. Because that not only applies to everything that you do in the game, but it also applies to questing experience that you are given as a reward. So, questing experience wise, if we talk to our good friend Dairo over here, he will give us training. Let's find a... So if we talk to Dairo, our mission's complete. I'm to be enrolled. All right, so I need to choose what I want to focus on. Focus on increasing strength and stamina, or attack and defense. I currently have 6 strength, so that is going to be my priority. 6 strength with 602. No. Yeah, 602 experience. So I have 600 experience. Normally for this quest, you're given about, I believe it's 50. So we're going to get 35,000 split or put into strength and constitution, and we're going to be getting 20,000 put into attack and defense. So if I do my math right, let me pull up a calc. If I do my math right, that means 35,000 times 8. We're getting 280,000 experience ish for strength and experience. So far in strength, I have 600 experience. Let's see what happens once I do this. I have 6 strength, I have 57 constitution, 53 attack, and I have 64 defense. 6 strength, 57 con, 53 attack, 64 defense. Several hours later. All right, so that got us to 60 strength. I did get my 280,000 experience. I did my math right there. Here's a lot of sound effects and nice animations coming in. Achievement complete, 30 strength. That got us to 1100 total level. That got us to 78 combat, which means we hit the 75 combat. Strength level 60. Constitution has gotten to 60. Specifically, Constitution went from 57 to 65. Attack went from, I think that one was what, 53 to 61. And defense went from 64 to 67. Those are the gains we like to see. I just saved myself a lot of time while doing that. And we have all of these benefits now that we get to choose from. Not choose from, that we actively have. But this is good for mining. This is good for Slayer. This is going to be good for strength, agility shortcuts. All around great things. Attack, now we can equip dragon weaponry. We can equip granite weaponry. So the dragon halberd is going to be our first best option that we can get for a weapon. We are going to be going the barbarism lines. That'll mean that we get a boost to our melee attacks. So the halberd, instead of having 2 range, which means you have extra range, is going to be given extra range. So it'll have 3 range every melee attack. So we are going to be working towards getting a dragon halberd at some point pretty soon. But I'm just amazed at these. I went from level 6 to 60. 6 to 60. Incredible stuff. And I still have another lamp in the bank that I can use now. It's all coming together. A week of planning, executed just the way I saw it in my head. Oh, talk about a serotonin boost. Talk about a serotonin boost. All right, let's put away our diamonds. Let's put away our monkey dentures, our molds. We can put you away. We can put you away. We can keep you. Let's get our monkey Gree in there in a second. Where is my wand? So I think we can stop training magic for the most part now. I'll probably still use it for a bit until I get the barbarism, just because I have the equipment for it already, but we can start working towards a couple more tasks. What do we need for the dragon halberd? Dragon halberd. Oh, RS3. Oh. Not Elden Ring. Wrong game. Completion of Regicide. That's right, Regicide. Regicide. What do we need for Regicide? Because this will probably be our... Oh! Regicide's already done! Let's see, it looks like it costs 325k from the quartermaster stores. Looks like I've got to make some money. Looks like I need to make some money. How do you make money in leagues? High Alch is probably going to be the best and easiest and fastest way. Let's just go start... Probably just work on killing some... Hellhound. Well, no, let's just work on our tasks. Because we still need to get 2,300 points to be able to get the relic. Let's just go... I probably want to do more quests to get the 100 quest points so I can get another die and another 250k. Is that going to be the move? Let's brainstorm for a second here. God, I don't want to do one small favor. 10,000 XP each. Keyring, I already have. Photo Peel's Gnome Glider. I could do Death Plateau. I'll need to do that pretty soon. I don't really... Do I want to do Dwarf Cannon? Let's just go to the Gate of Elidus. And start checking out some of the training that we're going to be doing here, because I think we're also going to be making money to some extent here. Gate of Elidus. What do we need? Connects the underworld. Is there a transport to the gate? That's a good question. That's a question I would love an answer to. Ranks. Nope. Ooh, we have our bronze tier. We're almost to iron. Blue. Soul searching quest must be completed to access the area. Okay, so let's look at soul searching. Soul searching is not done. 3 cadaver berries. All right, so we're gonna do soul searching. RS3 guide. You are a short quest. That's my favorite thing to hear. Cadaver berries found southeast of Varric. We'll go grab those first. Southeast of Varric. And we need 3. We need 3. All right, everybody. I have hit my hour and a half mark, and that's about how long I felt Demon Slayer should have been. So I'm going to go ahead and I think call it for today, because I got my gains on stream like I wanted to. Got my 60 strength, 61 attack. We can now equip the Dragon Halberd. So from here, I'm just going to hop off stream, do a couple of quests, and work on some of my skills and round up this account a little bit. But thanks, everybody, for all who stopped by today. I appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit. And I hope you have a great day. Everybody stay safe out there. Everybody live your best life out there. Everybody do the things that if there was a God that was good, he would want you to do, you know? Oh, Asmongold dad died? Oh, that's sad. Asmongold's dad was apparently a good person. Oh well. We'll move on. Rest in peace, Asmongold's dad. Asmongold sucks. Southeast. Anyway, thanks everybody for stopping in today. I hope everyone has a lovely day out there, and I will see you I'll see you tomorrow. Everybody stay safe. I'll see you later. Bye. Whee! Thanks, Blue Minx.